Great, man, just Braun here. So, before the videos, I just want to say I'm sorry for not posting some of the church choir videos that I would normally post on Sundays. So, in advance, I just want to say I'm sorry, but I am going to do a video game characters, personalities, and everything like that. It's basically just facts about a video game that a lot of you might know. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it's gonna be pretty good. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 1, Johnny Gat. This one is pretty long, but I'm still gonna read it to you. And also, this is kind of an interesting one, so here we go. Johnny the protagonist, Josh Brooke, and Johnny attempt to rob a bank as a publicity stunt. After they encounter heavy resistance from unknown men and women dressed in red, they begin to question who owns the bank. After Brooke sets off the silent alarm and flees, SWAT storm the bank, and the Saints are arrested after a large-scale shootout. When the protagonist is brought to Shawnee in Gat's cell, Johnny expresses disappointment over what the Saints have become, saying that there's much more than just body spray and ass-tasting energy drinks. The two high-ranking members of the organization called the Syndicate, Viola and Kiki, take the Saints aboard the plane owned by the Syndicate to meet with Philip Loren. After a heated discussion, Johnny breaks out of his chair and bashes Loren's head into a plane window. He then says he'll hold off the gang members and command the plane while the protagonist and Shawnee make their escape. Before the protagonist and Shawnee are about to jump the plane, they attempt to contact Gat on an intercom. He says, "Right on, I'll see you soon," before being cut off by a sound of automatic gunfire. Years after the Saints conquered Stillwater, the former hippie has become more focused both on the Saints and her celebrity status. In line with the expansion of the Saints brand, she is now moved up from drug trafficking to make her own TV dating show and a new look that is distinctly more professional than her previous hippie style. Her attributes, new focus, and sober to and everything. I want to say with Shawnee, she simply did not have time to smoke up anymore. Hence the name of her dating show. Her main obsession after arriving in Steelport is destroying the Syndicate. The loss of Johnny having affected her deeply and continues to do so for the rest of the game. As the Saints sail into Steelport, Shawnee becomes angry with how long it is taking to find and kill Philip Loren. And when informing about the powder by the protagonist, she was threatened to burn it to the ground. Much to the protagonist's surprise, when they get there, Pierce and the protagonist argued about burying the place pushes Shawnee patience to a limit, and she really shoots the guards before leading the way into the back. Shawnee hacks the computer and in the buildings and gets the details. While the protagonist and Pierce deal with the Morning Star, afterwards the three Saints return to the Saints HQ to load up weapons before heading to the Syndicate Tower to kill Loren. Proving successful thanks to the protagonist's quick thinking, before they leave, Shawnee tells the crew that they should destroy the building to send a message, although Oleg Kulov reasons that keeping the building would be successful. Pierce Washington. Pierce joins the Saints after seeing the protagonist kill some Ronin members. The protagonist assigns him especially to collect as much information as he can. In the Saints Row the Third, Pierce has become somewhat of a celebrity, doing commercials for Saints Flow and energy drinks, and is also mentioned by Gene Valderrama during radio news breaks. He's much more well dressed in his newfound fame. As well, he is attempting to launch a music career at the point of which the events of the game kick off. At the start of When Good Heist Go Bad, the Saints watch a commercial featuring Pierce, who is not present in We're Gonna Need Guns. Pierce flies a helicopter to pick up weapons and a bomb from SNG, as well as Shawnee and the protagonist after Johnny's death. Pierce gets promoted to new second in command. Pierce believes that the Saints need to show that they are there to take over. So he and the protagonist go and pimp out a car, then buy some clothing at Planet Saints, which ended up in a result in finding a brute before retreating to Shawnee's ex's apartment. Oleg, the big guy. Oleg was held captive for several years by the Syndicate, who sought to make use of his immense strength and knowledge from a top-secret cloning facility at the Syndicate Tower. They used him as a master plan to create the brutes. The clones produced are super strong, but they lacked the intelligence of Oleg. After being rescued, Oleg helps the protagonist Pierce and Shawnee locate and kill Philip Loran. After this, he joins the Saints, helping them to various missions and as a homie. Over the course of Saints' occupation in Steelport, Oleg and Pierce played chess several times. The games are never declared as a winner because something always disturbs the board. The first time the protagonist kisses the table, then Oleg drops a bag on the game, and finally Vitor crashes into the penthouse. Zemos, the big pimp. After being rescued by the protagonist due to a mentioning of his usefulness by Kinsey, Zemos becomes a highly important ally. His connections with the criminal underworld of Steelport are useful in the protagonist's early days of Steelport, as they provide invaluable information on Syndicate operations, thus greatly speeding its demise. In addition, considering how much profit prostitution ranks in Steelport, he serves as both an invaluable business partner and a key character in the story progression, greatly increasing the Saints' prominence in Steelport, though providing otherwise invaluable city takeover missions in New Calvin District. These missions focus on taking out what's left of the Morningstar's business in the city as well as rebuilding his own, primarily through advertising the hose by being sold catalogs featuring his own hose, sending the protagonist off to drive around customers or being pleasured by an accompanying hoe, and having the protagonist forcibly take back hoes once employed under him have been seized by the Morningstar. Story-related missions that involve him, the hostile takeover, the safe ward brothel itself, following by the immediate employment of the hoes inside. The seizure of all the hoes sent to replace the ones once employed in safe ward by way helicopter, and the rescue of Angel D. Lemature. From the luchadors, he becomes available as a homie, as well in the game, and carries a shotgun in place of his microphone voice box. Well guys, I hope you can enjoy the video. If you have any questions, just post in the comments. If you want to be unknown by the public, just text me on my phone. You can probably find that in the About tab on my channel. And if you want to, you can always send it to my email, which is also on the About tab that on my channel. Anyways guys, this has been Saints Row 3 characters, personalities, and traits, and any other facts. If you have any questions, like I said, text me or email me. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, put something in the face like you just don't care. As always, peace.